So this might exactly be the same question, right? I need to know why you cast me out of the order.
Because you defied the council and followed Revan to war. And from that war came another. Do you know how many worlds were destroyed in those wars? Dantooine, Telos, Sirocco? Do you see now why we counseled caution instead of action? You were the only one to come back and face judgment. But that was because you had lost your connection to the Force. Another casualty of war. No doubt you still blame us for your exile. I had hoped your isolation would give you time to reflect on what had happened, what you had done. But I see it as not. You have more questions for me?
I don't understand this. How can war take the Force away from me? I mean, all I do is war in this game, and I still have the Force. It's even growing. At the end of my trial, you and the other masters said something had happened to me. What was it?
You have seen the end of your trial?
Perhaps
you would like to explain how you came to this knowledge.
Why would you... No, you are... It's your turn to explain, dude. You are not turning this around on me. It doesn't matter. If you know, tell me. Yeah, this... I want... okay. I heard it in a holo transcription of my trial.
That was intended only for the Jedi Council. If what remains of the Council chooses to tell you, then I will abide by their decision and its consequences.
Persuade, don't you think I have a right to know?
There's little I can tell you. Master KotoR felt something had happened to you in the war, but all he had was suspicions, not truths. And KotoR was too close to you in any event. He, too, felt the call of war and took to battle more than a Jedi should. His speculations would not help you now, but enough of this. It is knowledge for the Council alone until they choose to reveal it. You have more questions for me?
I see how the Jedi can come off as arrogant, listening to that guy. Do you know anything of Force bonds and how to end them?
Force bonds? Yes. It is the bond that grows between master and student. Are you saying you have bonded with another?
Yes, and the connection is lethal.
Such bonds normally grant strength to both, but not to such a degree. Are you certain? Perhaps it is merely what you believe. Still, your ability to form such connections, to influence others, was always a subject of discussion, even when you were a student here. Perhaps it is a punishment of a sort. But a bond that ties two lives together, such bonds do not seem natural to me. And with your loss of connection to the Force, it seems such a connection would be impossible.
Maybe it's some kind of a carrot on a stick. Some way to make me addicted to the Force again. Maybe something Kreia intended. Kreia purposefully did to me. But I have re-established my connection to the Force. I said that before.
Perhaps it is Dantooine, but still...
Yeah. Blah, blah. Okay. The Sith have revealed themselves.
I've seen no evidence of them upon Dantooine. Only murderers and raiders.
They exist. They have already attacked me.
Why would they attack you? You are no Jedi. You cannot feel the Force.
I told you, that changed. I do not know. They believe me to be a Jedi.
For some reason, I believe you.
Good.
Still, I am curious as to how they would know to find you. Your trial was not public knowledge. Regardless, these Sith have struck, and you survived. This is more knowledge than I had before. And that means the Jedi may gather. If you can find others, or find some trace of the Sith threat, then we shall gather here on Dantooine. And from there we may decide what can be done. You have more questions for me?
Yeah, since you were the last Jedi Master that I had to find, we can gather right now. We can commence the gathering. I'll be going.
I suppose there is something I should show you. It will keep you alive long enough to prove useful. You may lack the discipline for this, but I will attempt to teach you anyway. This form is considered the pinnacle of Force mastery. Now watch carefully. This subtle technique enhances the duration of many force powers at your disposal. However, the focus required for this form can drain your energy quickly and leave you vulnerable to force attack.
Meh. Might be good versus non-force users.
I don't know how you learned that so quickly. Still, your form is sloppy. Keep practicing to tighten it up and you'll be fine.
I received a lightsaber. What do I want with this? What do I want with this again? What do I want with lightsabers, guys? Alright. Let's have a look real quick. This lightsaber here. Okay, cool. What? I have a white double lightsaber. Okay. I'll buy it. I'll put it on. See how that looks. Or a silver one. Pew 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 pew. Okay. Okay, I see the appeal. But you know what? This double bladed lightsaber, it looked good, but it cannot surpass the power of the plasma torch. I'm sorry, dudes. It's not going to happen. Look at this! Isn't that more intimidating, more frightening, more awe-inducing? The all-powerful plasma torch? Destroyer of doors and force fields. Alright, let's change the weapons once more. There you go. So we are done here, so what are we going to do now? Lost Jedi, you spoke to Master Vogon Dantran and he agreed to meet you at the Jedi Enclave. Ah, okay, let's go there then. Spurious ECG says a lightsaber is a weapon from a more civilized age. I recognize this. Hey Dylan, how did you like your stint at the
That was some intense fighting.
militia?
I'm glad we both made it through, and the mercenaries didn't.
Cool. Why are there two dudes now? Militia? Oh, there was some loot that we didn't pick up. I didn't know that they could drop loot. Yeah, I'll take this. Okay, on to the Enclave. Yeah, okay. I'll go through here. Although there... Akere is here, right? So let's take the other exit. See what Akere says about that fight. Akere is also alive. Nice. Hello, dudes. Ah, it's the war hero. If you need any of my goods, my prices will be as low as always, especially for you. Okay. Nothing special then. The mines are all gone, so that means they all went through the mines. Made them explode. Wait, does this go to where I need to go? Yes. No? Yes, to the Enclave. Ah! The game broke down! Crash! Crash alert! Wee 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 wee! Okay, let's restart the game. Pew! Let's pull this over here. Oh wait. Oh boy. Do I have to do it all again? Please tell me I don't have to do it all again. That would be great. Load the game. Autosave! Ah, whew! Nice. Yeah, that was, yeah, when it broke down. Perfect! Yeah, because we were changing areas, right? Yeah, perfect! I want to go here, so yeah, I have to move all over here. Yeah, okay, fine. Still, the speed is still on. Nice, nice. So let's move once more through these areas. Guys, everything is fine. Nothing is lost. We can continue immediately where we left off. Look, Delara is back, or what her name was. Dorala. Let's talk about these
I heard you were
bodies.
responsible for driving the mercenaries off this rock. That's good. Dantooine was getting too crowded for my taste. I still got some Jedi junk left to sell. You buying?
I'd like to see what you're selling.
Certainly. Take your time. Look through the pile.
It's really Jedi junk. She wasn't lying. Doesn't restrict the use of force powers. Okay. Grey Jedi robe. That's something for Kreia, right? Yeah, all it's Jedi junk. I don't need this stuff. So, do you have something new to say?
Jaren says you saved him down there. Next time you should ask for a reward.
Yes, I should, definitely. Looking at you. Oh. What? Why is this now rebuilt? Or is it? It looks different, right? Yeah, there. This is where I want to go. Ah, the door's open. That was so important. Oh, Christy X said in chat earlier, but this way you can't attain the optimum accuracy ratio, please. Christy X, please. Don't remind us. Don't remind us. Alright, into the Enclave we go. Rebuild Jedi Enclave. Save often in different slots. Oh, thanks for the tip, game. We just experienced it. Oh, I shut up. This is important. Oh, they look very bloodless and pale. Zombies?
Out of my way. I am Colonel Tobin of the Underon Mil...
Oh.
Lord, I bring news of the Jedi. A place where you may feed.
Oh, Tobin. Oh, Tobin.
Telos, Master. There is an academy of Jedi on Telos. Perhaps hundreds of them. Enough to sustain you. And enough for you to free Onderon. Enough for you to free Onderon.
Yeah, that's why you did it. Okay, I understand, but... you little rats. You little rats. It's all because of you. What's going to happen? Okay, cutscene. Ah, the old enclave. Yes, it is. HWGC. Good memories, good memories. Nostalgia is happening here. Live on stream. Nice camera movement. Okay, so let's explore. Hello. Hey, what? Where's Handmaiden? Where is T3? I'm alone again. All alone. I cannot stand the quiet. I cannot stand the silence. I need my T3 movements. Movement sounds. Sonic Grenade and Crystal. I need to feel the body heat of Handmaiden behind me. In my back. Oh, look who it is! What a surprise! What are you doing here, Kreia? I wonder.
It has been some time.
Well, I guess. And I bet... Oh! What's going up? What's going on with you? Are you old? What's happening?
The years have not been kind to us both, it seems.
Both?
But perhaps now they will see the truth at last.
What truth? Who are you talking to? Oh, to me?
It is not as it was.
But perhaps that is for the best.
I want to see Master
We were
Vash.
wondering when you would arrive. This moment has taken some time to reach us. and I imagine you have many questions.
I have.
Perhaps you've come for revenge.
I did not.
Did you not go to join him?
No, it is a battle he must face alone.
But Atris, she has not come.
Of course she has not.
Okay, there are two things happening here. The grand gathering that we prepared for so long here on the stream is finally happening. And Kreia and Handmaiden have a talk. Isn't that interesting? Kreia and Handmaiden talking about Atris. Alright, but the grand gathering of the Jedi Masters. We must ally if we are to stop the Sith. Why did you cast me out of the Order? Why were you all in hiding? I need to know what you spoke of when you cast me out of the Order many years ago. I have come to kill you all! No, so Rook told me to ask the consul instead of him of these questions here. Why did you cast me out of the Order?
We cast you out of the Order because you followed Revan to war. There was no other reason.
No, there was another.
There you go.
You had become different somehow. Changed. The war had changed you.
You were no longer a Jedi, but we could not tell you why. Some explanations mean nothing unless the one who suffers comes to the answer on their own. What had happened to you was punishment enough, and the Jedi do not kill their prisoners.
And if you had stayed, you would have changed us, and that we could not allow.
Oh, you were afraid of change. That's a good way to go through life, dudes. Changed you? What do you mean?
You already know the answer. You've noticed it in those who travel with you.
Could someone just give me a straight answer?
Notice that when you act, others follow.
Those that travel with you.
There's something wrong here. A disturbance in the Force.
Do not let them hurt him.
They follow you, without question, without hesitation.
Against their instincts, and sometimes against their sense.
It is because you are a leader, but that still fails to grasp the meaning of what I'm trying to tell you.
Are you saying I'm controlling them?
It is not an easy thing to explain. Surely you are familiar with Force bonds. It is the bond that develops between apprentice and master when one truly understands another. It is developed over time through understanding of each other. Yet you do it so easily, and we do not know why.
You make connections through the Force, and it resonates with those who travel with you. The resonance is even greater when they, too, are Force sensitive.
Your actions affect others more than you know. You draw others to you, especially those strong in the Force.
When you suffer, their spirit echoes it. And when they are in pain, their pain becomes yours.
How did this happen? Is this going somewhere? How did this happen?
We do not know. But it is not the first time you felt the weight of so many lives.
And that is why the Mandalorian wars echo within you still.
So all those deaths at Malachor.
We did not cut you off from the Force. You were merely deafened to it. Because of that last battle of the Mandalorian wars.
The screams of countless thousands, Jedi and Mandalorians, crushed by the planet's gravity, annihilated.
Their lives still scream across the surface of that dead planet, and within you. To hear the Force over such pain, it is not possible. It was too much for any Jedi to endure, and it is a wonder that you did not die there when thousands perished. All those you had fought with and struggled with. You cut yourself off because you had to if you were to survive. You had hints of it in the war on Doxon. Malachor was simply the final blow.
You were deafened.
At last, you could hear.
You were broken.
You were whole.
You were blinded.
And at last, you saw.
When you
Directly
returned to us, we
opposing.
saw what had happened. You carry all those deaths at Malachor within you. And it has left a hole, a hunger that cannot be filled.
In you, We saw a wound in the Force.
In you, we saw the end of the Force.
Okay, that is deep stuff, guys. Especially the intercuts with Kreia. But I have a big complaint here. I have to say, this cannot be canonical. This cannot be canon. Just think about 2 Death Stars exploding with our Jedi heroes very, very close by. And nobody complained about anything, losing the Force or anything. So, I don't know, dudes. More lies! I still have my power and my abilities. No, actually, but that makes no sense. I can feel the Force again.
Yes. You can feel the Force, but you cannot feel yourself. You are a cipher, forming bonds, leeching the life of others, siphoning their will and dominating them. It is the teaching of these new Sith to feed on others, on other Force sensitives. They are symptomatic of the wound in the Force. You are a breach that must be closed.
Oh, you are becoming
hostile? You transmit
hostile?
your pain, your suffering through the Force. Within you we see something worse than merely the teachings of the Sith. What you carry may mean the death of the Force, and the death of the Jedi.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What has become of this here? Yo, you see me like a disease or a virus that is, you know, turning everything Force bad? Transmitting, feeding on others through the Force? No, you got the wrong guy. That's not me. That's the, you know, the guy in the dark robe. He's trying to feed. Uncle Elias, hello, you say, yes, use your rage, Jordy, embrace the dark side. Christy X says, Jordy Jones, they all could feel Alderaan exploding though. Yeah, they could feel it a little bit, but they were not cut off from the Force, or they weren't threatened by that. Yeah, he felt that Alderaan exploded, but he was not like, I have to cut myself off from the Force now or I will die. Right? No, Obi-Wan was not alive, but when the Death Star exploded, of course, we had Luke nearby, we had Leia nearby, she's also a child of the Force. Lilo says the Jedi fear you, Jordy. Time to show the only path. Zibble 2 says, yeah, but you're special. There were other Jedi on Malachor who were not affected the way the Exile was. Oh, okay. That might be reasonable. I'm stronger than I ever was, but I can feel the Force strongly. More Jedi cryptic warnings. My strength is proof enough that you are wrong. Yeah, none of these things directly answer their fears, so I don't want to say any of these three. Okay, but I can feel the Force strongly.
So you think. It is not the strength of a Jedi you feel.
He's right. It's all the death you've caused to get here. You feed on it, and you grow stronger. You're like Malachor. It's in you, it's what you are now. You must have noticed as you fought across all these planets, killing hundreds, only to become more and more powerful. Why do you think that was?
Coincidence?
But what's worse
A
is
little
that
bit of a
bonding you
correlation.
have. It hasn't gone away. It's gotten stronger. And the more attachments you form, the more you draw others to you.
And that is why you are a threat to us all.
Is there a flaw in their view? So they believe I'm feeding on others, and this is not the Force that I'm using, it's their Force, so to speak. It's their lifeblood, their energy. I'm feeding on them. And I'm also feeding on the enemies that I defeated in battle. That's what they're saying. So I'm not using the Force, I'm using a supplement of that. And that is new? That's something they don't know? And they assume that that will soon take over the real Force. And that my way of forcing things will take over their way of forcing things. Forcing. But my characters still don't understand. I know where they're coming from. I'm thinking about how to argue with that, what they are saying. I don't see how to prove them wrong. Jordi brings clarity to the Force. Uncle Elias said, it's not the feeling of the despair of others, it's the individual Jedi's despair and anger from the feeling which is dangerous. Hovinal says, don't believe a word they say, they are lying. Kill them now, says Hovinal. Seriously, guys, where can we make them trip? It might actually be true what they are saying, right? I lost the Force during the wars and now I'm supplementing something else for it. Somehow I got the ability to use other people's energy for supplementing the Force. Well, my character still doesn't understand, so a threat?
What if other Jedi went to war as you did, suffered the same events, and emerged as you did? What if there was a crucible that trained such Jedi to consume and kill?
For you, Malachor was that crucible.
What's worse is these Sith that we face. I fear that they have learned the lesson of Malachor all too well. It is what allows them to prey on Force users, to become stronger when Force sensitives are near.
Somehow they have learned their hunger from you. And so you have brought about the end of the Jedi, and perhaps all the knowledge of the Force. But it is of no consequence. Your ability to make such connections, such bonds so easily are why you cannot remain.
Oh, okay, and she will be the hero of the day for me. She will not allow what's
And
happening.
so
Oh,
you
look,
wait
they are vastly
as a
different.
shadow.
Yes, we are alike that way, blinded one.
I would have thought you would walk with him amongst the Jedi, but that is not the way of the Sith, is it?
Do not speak to me of the ways of the Sith. You, of all of us, have no conception of what it means to be Sith.
You are a threat to
Wow,
living creatures
Kreia.
and all who feel the Force.
You will lead the Sith here, and that we cannot allow.
Our judgment before remains. Exile. You must leave. And you must leave without your tie to the Force.
Okay, they try again
It is a punishment
to
reserved
disconnect
for only
me.
a few, and only when necessary. But we have the power to cut you off from the Force. And it
But I
must
think
be
you,
done.
I believe you
Forgive
saw,
us,
but
but
didn't
it
you
is
say I don't
necessary.
have the Force? I have something else? So how can you cut me off? How can you cut me off of that? What? That doesn't make no sense. Ah, Christy acts as typical Jedi. You save their bums, and they consider you a threat. Spurious says, if the Masters knew the Jedi code, they would know there is no emotion. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. Listening to that leads to suffering, Spurious. I will submit to this punishment. If this is what must be done, then I accept it. I won't give up the Force. Stop this. The first one who touches me dies. Whoa. Yeah, that's a pretty big thing that you are saying about me, and I need time to digest this. I won't allow anything being done to me. Rovinal says, well, if I've learned anything from Jordi's FTL streams, Jordi likes the suffering. Haha, Rovinal. Christy Exec, maybe you need to cut off a few limbs or other important parts from them to make them stop, okay? All these poor crew members on enemy ships that are suffocated or burned to death. Lilo says, if the Jedi are fearing you, hiding, then they lost their way. Kill the bastards. I won't give up the Force. Stop this.
Do not be afraid. You shall feel no pain, but this must be done. As long as you feel the Force, you are a danger to those around you.
Well, she disagrees.
Enough!
See? I knew it! Oh, this is
Step
great writing.
away from him.
Yes! Away with the hood!
Step away. He has brought truth, and you condemn it? The arrogance. You will not harm him. You will not harm him ever again.
I thought you had died in the Mandalorian Wars.
Die? No. Became stronger. Yes.
Oh man,
Is this your
Kreia,
new
no!
master, Exile?
Is this
If
where we
so,
all
then you
drop our
follow
pants?
Revan's path. Her teachings will cause you to fall as surely as he did.
She is difficult to see. She's like a shadow of the exile. We sought to lure the Sith out, and now they have come to us.
How could you ever hope to know the threat you face when you have never walked in the dark places of the galaxy, faced war and death on such a scale? If you had traveled far enough, rather than waiting for the echo to reach you, perhaps you would have seen it for what it was. Did you not hear its call on Dantooine Vrook, on its scarred surface, and in the minds of the settlers? I have endured your corruption of my other students. You shall not have this one. And you, Kavar, so close to the call of Daxan, tell me, did you not feel what poured from the moon, what had taken place there? And Zezkael, to hide upon Nar Shaddaa, yet blind yourself to all that happens there. So close to understanding the Force. So close to giving it up. There is a place in the galaxy where the dark side of the Force runs strong. It is something of the Sith, but it was fueled by war. It corrupts all that walks on its surface, drowns them in the power of the dark side. It corrupts all life, and it feeds on death. Revan knew the power of such places, and the power in making them. They can be used to break the will of others, of Jedi, promising them power and turning them to the dark side. Did you never wonder how Revan corrupted so many of the Jedi, so much of the Republic, so quickly? The Mandalorian Wars were a series of massacres that masked another war, a war of conversion, culminating in a final atrocity that no Jedi could walk away from, save one. And that is what I sought to understand. How one could turn away from such power, give up the Force, and still live. But I see what happened now. It is because you were afraid. As you would pass judgment on him, I have come to pass judgment on you all. Do you wish to feel the teachings born of the Mandalorian Wars? Of all tragedies that scream across the galaxy? Let me show you. You, who have forever seen the galaxy through the Force. See it through the eyes of the exile.
What? Woo! Badass, Kreia!